أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما شاء الله إلا بالله العظيم تبارك الله الصحبة والخير في جميع. In Persian,
طريقة مع صحبة أست
طريقة مع صحبة أست
وخير دار جامعة أست
وخير دار جميع أست ودار شهرات أفد أست. قال شاو النقشبند, Sayyid Baha'u'llah Naqshband, قدس الله سره, the pillar of the Naqshbandi tariqat. He said our way is association, and in the presence of awliya, that blessing comes on the gathering, goodness, khairat fi jami'a. In fame or notoriety comes affliction. Affliction destroys your good deeds. To translate?
In Arabic?
Huh?
In Arabic or Turkish?
Turkish. See if he translates good in Turkish.
Serkan is better than me. Yeah.
Our translators are on strike. So we can't. May Allah give understanding to our hearts, inshallah. Blessing or barakat or khairat not only through the aql, through the mind, but comes in the heart also in a way that's beyond understanding. We're asking from our Shaykh's holy heart and the hearts of awliya to shower us. Huyudat. Shaykh Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi said, Rabbi habli istidadan kamila li kabuli faydika akdas. Oh my Lord, grant me the perfect ability or preparation to receive faydika akdas, holy outpourings. And we're asking, as Prophet ﷺ used to say, Allahumma la takilni ila nafsi tarfata ayn. Don't leave me, oh my Lord, to the hands of my ego, even the blink of an eye. فإنك إن تكلني إلى نفسي تقربني من الشر تبعدني من الخير. If you leave me to my ego, even in a moment, runs towards badness and runs far away from goodness. If Prophet was saying like that, he's never away from goodness, but teaching us to be on guard against our ego, nafs. Nafs al-lawama, nafs al-amara bisu, bad ego, wild ego, untrained ego. When a human being is born, it takes a long time to reach the perfection, to be mature, to be complete. Animals, when they come, we used to raise sheep and goats. In Michigan, even in the coldest part of the winter, baby sheep comes, the mother cleans it. After half an hour, he's running with the other sheep. He became a sheep already. He's ready. He doesn't know why he's doing what he's doing. And that was that. Came back to discussing the sheep. What you were saying? Human beings, they take a long time. Long time to become mature and to train. Ego, nafis, never likes to come up from childhood. Even when you become an old person, still likes to keep childish. First word the child learns, no. Maybe. Whatever you say to the child, no. No. I don't want this. Whatever the mother wants, they don't want. Whatever the father, I don't want. Or I want. Never, what do you want? Oh, my mother, oh, my father. I can't hear that from him. And our ego is like that. I don't want this, I don't want that, I want this, I want that. No one asking, oh my Lord, what do you want? What is wanted from me? They asked to one of the big awliya, maybe it was Junaid al-Baghdadi or one of the big awliya Allah. He said, what is the way? And he said, to be able to know every moment what is wanted, and then to be able to order your ego to do it. Sometimes you can know what's wanted and not be able to. You can know where you want to go, but the horse won't follow you. Can't translate anything. Ego doesn't like to be ridden, to come under a training. And people always were fighting to prophets, to Anbiya, and especially the seal of prophets, and after Anbiya, Awliya, fighting to them, against them, because prophets and the seal of prophets, Sayyidina Muhammad and Awliya were trainers for ego. As parents are trainers for children, Awliya are trainers for egos. And when the child sees the mother or father coming to say something, they don't like. When the wild animal sees the animal trainer coming, they show their claws. They don't like. Therefore, they came against prophets and awliya. And our egos are not different from those people that fought against prophets and awliya. Same. Egos are identical twins to each other. Everyone is unique, khasas, unique through their spirituality, through their ruh, through their reality. What was gone? Someone went from this room. Red Sheikh used to keep some guy standing in a long stick with a bell on the end. To be able to order our egos, what to do, to know what to do, and then to be able to do it. And sometimes you can order the ego, but ego difficult. Sometimes it needs tricks also. Sometimes you offer the child a candy or a trick, something, to get them to do something. Like that, the sheikh might use a trick to get you to do something that you're not going to do under your own power. There was in the time of Sayyidina Musa, there was in the time of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, a giant. What's giant in Arabic or Turkish? What's a giant? Deb. In Farsi, what's giant in Farsi?
Big.
Same word?
Jian.
Jia?
Jian.
Jian. Giant. And Maulana Shaykh used to say his name was Uj.
Shaykh Jian.
His name was Uj. And that giant, he was terrorizing one village to bring him food. No matter what they brought him, they couldn't fill him up. He would bring huge amounts of food, he'd bring more. And he was terrorizing that village. And they came to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam complaining, "Oh Musa, that Jia, Deb, Uj is terrorizing our village. We can't give anything to make him full. Our bakeries are going 24 hours. Musa said, let me see him. They took him to that Uj, and he saw Musa, and bring me food. I'm never coming to a full. Musa looked at him and said, "Oh, Uj, it's so simple. If you say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and eat, you'll be full. By barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Uj got angry. He said, "I never say that. No one tells me what to do. I never say that." Musa said, "Say what?" He said, "Bismillah Rahman Rahim." Which was full. Like that, they come to make a trick. Different kinds of tricks to get you to move. Ego is after its benefit, always. We can't be like awliya. Sayyidina Abu Yazid Bastami, Qaddasallahu Sirruhu, he was sitting with his murid one time, and they said to him, "Oh, our Shaykh, yes, tell us how you fought your ego. Tell us what you did to reach your level." He said, "I can't. If I tell you what I did, all of you will run away. You can't take it." He said, "Okay, tell us the smallest thing you did." I said, "Okay, Qalilun." Okay. He said, "I used to be in the habit of speaking to my ego. I would talk to him. And one night, it was time to get up for Tahajjud, before Fajr. Allah said, there's hadith in the last part of the night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descend to the lowest heaven and asks who's praying for me, who's asking me something I should grant them, who is calling for me. And I like to get up and be with my Lord that time. So I was in the habit of saying to my ego, "Oh, my ego, get up, it's time to pray. Enough sleeping." And my ego was never a nice guy. No, shut up. I never get up. Leave me alone. I said to my ego, "It's like that? Leave me alone." "Okay, oh my ego, I'll leave you alone. I leave you alone from eating and drinking and sleeping for 1 year. Get up." And I made him to get up. No more sleeping, no more eating, no more drinking. I kept it like that 1 year. Some of them ran for the door. That was the lightest one I did. So we can't be like them. So the Shaykh has to use other methods on us. We're not tough guys like Awliya. They came to Rabi'atu Adawiya, famous lady, Waliya, and she was two stories. One, she was young. One, she was a widow. Her husband had passed away, and she was still young, and the men wanted to marry her. And they came with all kinds of proposals to her, saying, "Oh, Rabia, you know it's the Amr Allah, the order of Allah, and the Sunnah of Prophet ﷺ to marry. You have to pick one of us to marry." And she said to them, "Yes, you're right. I know that's the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Sunnah of Prophet, but I'm so busy, I can't find time to marry any of you." They say, "What you're busy doing? You're sitting in the mosque all day doing nothing. Sitting with beads. What you're doing, you're so busy." I said, "No, I'm very busy. I'm trying to answer a question." What's that question? Maybe we can answer it. I'm trying to answer the question how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to take my soul. When Malakul Maut, when the angel of death comes for me, is he going to take my soul with ease or with difficulty? And so I'm sitting hour by hour asking my Lord how I'm going to answer that question. I can't come to an answer. Therefore I'm sitting calling on my Lord day and night, hoping that it will be all right when the angel comes to take me with ease. No questions. They say once the questions begin, you can't come out from it. Best thing Shaykh Hashem used to say, Allah bless him, take him to be with us.
Amen.
To go without questions. To go into the light with no questions. What's questions in Turkish? Questions. Nakir, huh?
Soru sorma.
Soru.
Soru sorma.
In the cupboard, in the grave, without questions.
Same.
When two angels come to question. We go back to a story, maybe somebody in YouTube land didn't hear this story. There was a man, leave Rabia there, answering her question for a minute, and we come off the freeway onto a side street for a moment to fill up the tank. There was a man, very rich. Everything was perfect for him, except one problem. He had a disease, he would have a seizure and you think he's dead. Everything slowed down so much you think he passed away. And his biggest fear, he had one of his seizures and the people come and bury him and he wakes up, he's not dead yet. And they put him in. This is what his most biggest, he's afraid of it. So he said, I want somebody, if this should happen to me, I want someone to come with me the first night in the grave, make sure I'm really dead. and I'll offer a prize, a whole bag of gold coins. In those days, no one even had one gold coin. He's offering a whole bag. And there was in that area, in that village, town, a woodcutter. He was a very poor man. He made his living by cutting firewood, bringing to the town and selling it. He had two possessions, an axe and a rope. That's all he owned, very poor. And he heard about the prize. One bag of gold. How do you say bag of gold? Hey, one bag of coins. And he heard about that prize and he said, I volunteer if you should, I'll go into the grave with you. It happened that man died. He passed away. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Everyone has to die. He died. And they went to bury him. And his executor, he was a rich person who was looking after his affairs. He said to that woodcutter, you agree to go down into the grave the first night and make sure he's really gone? Yes, I want that. And he went down into the grave with that person. They covered with something, a board, for the first night. People finished the janazah, they left. And the woodcutter is sitting down, he was very brave. He's sitting down there with the dead guy. Then in the middle of the night, two angels come to question the dead person. And the woodcutter is able to hear them speaking to each other. The conversation was, what's going on? There's two of them in here. The assignment is to question, but there's two in there. Which one should we question first? And they began to discuss. We were sent to question this one. Yeah, but this one is still alive. He might escape. Let's question him first. And they agreed. We'll question him first. The woodcutter. And they began on the woodcutter. Oh, servant of Allah. What's that? My axe. Your axe? Where you got that axe? Half the night they're questioning where he got the axe. You stole that axe? No, I made it. Where you got the stick you took from someone's land? Where you got the head for that axe you stole from somebody? How you got that? No matter what he answered, they couldn't get out from it. Half the night finished, and then they said, and what's that? It's my rope. Your rope? Where you got that? And the rest of the night up till Fajr on the rope. He can't give an answer that satisfies them. I got it. Where you stole it from somewhere? No, I didn't steal it. I made you. How you made it? And they're going on and on. Finally, Fajr comes, the Azan for Fajr. And they open the grave and to come out and get his prize. The woodcutter comes out, he's shaking. And the executor says, you were brave enough to stay the first night with our friend here, you win the bag of gold coins. The woodcutter says, I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. How I'm going to answer for that? I can't answer for this axe and this rope. He throws them down also and runs off. We can't answer. So we come back to Rabi'atu Adawiya. He said, I'm trying to answer that same question. How my soul is going to be taken, with questionings or without questionings. I'm sitting making astaghfirullah. And I'm finding every time I'm saying astaghfirullah, my damir is saying, something's still wrong. Every istighfar, every astaghfirullah needs another astaghfirullah. It's not yet ikhlas, not yet sincere. So I'm sitting making this until my heart is satisfied that I should go without questioning. It means when the angel of death comes. She said to those gentlemen, if any of you can answer that question, I can marry. Otherwise, I have to sit here and do that. And no one could say anything. Because who can answer that question? No one can know. No one can know in which. Therefore, Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as we said in the khutbah, I'm making istighfar, astaghfirullah, 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 70 mara, 70 times daily. 70 times for young. Prophet doesn't need sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We need. He's teaching us to make istighfar and to ask our Lord's forgiveness and to not only istighfar but every good deed, not to be satisfied with it, he needs another one. You don't know it was alright or not alright. You have to continue. Continue, even with a small good deed. Pick one thing and do it. For instance, make istighfar. The Prophet said, make it easy. A famous hadith, Yasir la tu asir, bashiru la tu nafiru. Make it easy, not difficult. Give good tidings to people, give them hope, don't frighten them. Pick something and keep on it, keep on it, keep on it, to be persistent. That's what's wanted. And the result is with Allah. The Shaykh is using, Sharia is using tricks to make people to go more, to go more, to go more. Mulana Shaykh used to say, I'm not giving prizes to my murids and muridas. If I'm seeing someone coming with feathers in their turban, I'm plucking those feathers. I'm not giving more medals and decorations. Means I'm not giving things that make a person to stop on the way. Kashif and Roya and visions and dreams, and when a person begins to see and to hear and to, they begin to think they're very big. We forgot we're very small. Whatever we got is only a gift. And that doesn't belong to us. We became puffed up. Therefore, Shah Naqshband said, Dar Shohrat Afat Ast. That Shohrat doesn't have to be only fame, it means you think you became something big. When you think you became something big, it's an affliction. It eats your good deeds, destroys it. Takes you out from servanthood into red zone or bad zone. And Maulana Shaykh said, I don't want anyone to stop on the way. I want them to keep going to the final. What's the final? Going. Endless. Shaykh Hashem said, in Medina he entered a tunnel. The beginning is there, the end endless. To go. He wants us to reach the highest situations, not to stop. If you see the flower, you stop to pick the flower. You smell something, you stop to. Wa min Allahum tawfiq. We'll keep it like that. It's more explanation of Dar Shahra Afat Ast. To think yourself big is so dangerous in tariqat. In life also. But people are running after it. All of us, not people, all of us have that disease. All our egos have the same disease. They run after it and destroy themselves. You raise your head and somebody's waiting to. Something coming home. May Allah save us. Save us from the hands of our ego. Therefore, Prophet said it. Allahumma la takilna ila nafsi tarfat ayn. فإنك إن تكلني إلى نفسي قريب من الشر وتبعد من الخير وإني لا أسيك إلى رحمتك. I'm in need of your mercy, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Hayyu Ya Kayyum bi rahmatika astaghith. Only, not by our deeds. We're saved by His mercy. Fatiha. Amin. It's enough. For somebody who's nothing to speak for a half hour is a heavy burden. We don't know anything, asking to know something. Forgive us, and Assalamu alaikum to everyone in YouTube land, Facebook land, wherever this is landing. It's going to Facebook or YouTube? YouTube. We're monetized or not yet? Say we have 100,000 likes. You can buy likes at some place. Is it expensive? Yeah. Buy 500,000, 1 million likes. I saw somebody put, if you like to watch various YouTube sites and you comment, or Facebook also does it, you comment, you start getting responses, likes and dislikes. Do the same thing, register on another phone number, another account, and type stuff. You'll start getting different responses from the same thing. You're talking to bots. Bots are talking to bots. The rest of us sitting happy. Party.